Hello everybody. Today's project is we're going to rewire our trailer because the lights just aren't working very well. And there's a lot of good reasons for that. And one of them is this trailer is almost 25 years old and it still has the original wires, which have been repaired several times. And underneath we'll take a look, but the wires are very crispy and old. And although we've put new lights on here, they too get beat up over time. So, and then another thing is this back bumper that we have here, so that if you want to dump the trailer, that is broken underneath too. So we'll get that fixed. And today we have our friend Danny Dino joining us too. Roar! How are you all today? Let's get started. So the first thing we're going to do is, certainly we got the sides off. There they are over there. We got the sides off, and I want to take these two lights off either side, because what we're going to do is tip the trailer up on its side and then make it easier to get to, but these lights will be in the way, so we'll take those two off first. So, here's our old wires. I took that massive duct tape off of it, but you can see they're kind of old and broken. You can see right here how broken up they are. So, it's time for them to get changed out. And the wires just run along the frame to the back here. There's one of them, and there's the other one down there. You can see that. And then there are two side lights here and on the other side, and they should be pretty simple to get off of there. So we'll start getting the wires out of here, and maybe first we should look at the wiring harness they sent. Alright, so we're going to get the old wires out. They're just hooked on there with clips like that one and that one. And then we just pull it out of there. There's no big deal here, so I won't film that. Okay, so here's the old wires out. I just wanted to show you again. Had to replace that plug on there a long time ago, and that had to get spliced in there. And then these wires are all busted up. Some of them not making any contact at all. So, definitely time to change them out. And here's the new wire. These are the ends that will go down and hook onto the tail lights, these guys at the end. And these hook on using these little side gadgets. So we'll start that. But I'm going to show you something I'm trying a little different here. This is the end that plugs into the car plug that comes out of the back of the car. And I've gone ahead and threaded some PVC tubing over the top of it, and then I've got a bigger tube here that's going to be underneath the trailer, and it's all meant to be sort of protective and strain relief, because this poor thing gets bent and broken, and you could see on that last one I just showed you how it was all busted up there. So I'm going to see if this will help protect that a little bit more. This one hooks onto a ground on the trailer, so we'll get that hooked on too. Alright, and remember, happy holidays from us here at Workshop Studios. And if you can, I know it doesn't cost anything, but it sure helps us out if you could subscribe and like. Thank you. Alright, so here's the instructions that come with it, and you can see it's pretty self-explanatory. Look right here. So we're going to run the yellow and brown wire. This is yellow and brown. We're going to run that one down the left side, or the road side of the trailer, green and brown. That's this one right here. Run down the right side, or the curb side of the trailer. And then if it's not too confusing for you, let me show you the back of the lights. They also, so it says up, so you see top and road side, and they have the yellow and brown right there. And they have the same thing on this one, top, tail light, and this is the brown and green. So it's all very well labeled, and this is called the curb side of the trailer. All right, so let's get to running wires. By the way, all of this matters because this plug talks to the car, and the car knows right and left when you turn the turn signals on. So you want to make sure you get this wired up correctly so that it's turning on the correct turn signals. All right, so let me show you what I've chosen to do. Here's the end that goes off to the car, and here's the hose, the pipe, plastic tubing I put on it, and here's this one. It runs up to here. The wires run off that way and this way. And then what I've chosen to do here is use the clips. In this kit, there's three clips for each side. And I've clipped it here, there, and then I'll show you down there. The reason I'm doing that is because I use this as a stake bed truck, or a trailer as well. So there are going to be these metal, those slots there are meant for these to slide down in. Those wood tongues sticking down, fingers, whatever, are sliding in there, and I don't want them to slide and smash onto the wire. So I've done it that way, and then I've fed the wire through a hole there and then back up and around to the other side. So I'll do that on this side as well. I don't think it really matters for your trailer. I'm just trying to keep them as protected as possible. And then there's nothing fancy about these. They just have two places for the screws to go in here, and there's already pre-drilled holes in the trailer, and this wire goes through the hole in the trailer like this. Well, I take that back. Yeah, that's fine. It just fits in there like that. And the screws go back in. Pretty simple. All right, so to wire these guys up, you're going to split this wire. So there's the brown and the green, and we want to hook the brown to the brown, and then this light just grounds out to the chassis. So, and the way to do this is these little blue guys are made with a little pin that pushes down in them. You can see that pin there, and it pushes down and makes contact, cuts through the insulation on the blue, or the brown wire, and then we'll put this other one in there. I don't know if I can do this while I'm showing you, but put this one in there like that, and then we'll push that down. So let me try that. Okay, so now you can see that brown wire is in there alongside of it. You can just see in there. And now I'm going to squash that down with these pliers. Let's see if I can do this here while I'm holding on the camera. So I'm going to do this and just squash it down like that. And that little pin comes down. If you can see that, that little pin squashes down and again makes contact in there. And then you put this over the top of it and click it down. And voila, you're all done. And then down here with the lights at the end, we're doing the same thing, just using these blue connectors, and we're pushing the yellow on one side from the wire down the trailer to the yellow coming from the light, and I'll do the same thing with the brown. And that's it, all wired up. So there's that side, and here's this side. I left a little extra wire in here, which I'll zip tie up. I just kind of do that. You know, if you ever need to have it for some reason, it's there. Doesn't hurt anything. For the ground wire, I've gone ahead and put a little tab on there along with some shrink tubing just for strain relief, and I added it onto the white wire that they provided just so I have more length, so I'm not tugging on that ground every time. And I just drilled a little hole there, and we'll go ahead and put this screw right, oops, make sure you can see what I'm doing. Put this screw right here, like that. Oops, there we go. Put that screw down in there. There we go. And we'll get all that tucked in there. And we'll put a few tie wraps around the wires here, just to make sure they stay down nice and tight. Okay, that's everything all tied down. There's the extra wire, and I've zip tied it onto there just so those don't get tugged on. And I've zip tied it over here. Let me show you real quick. Get this out of the way. There we go. I zip tied it here and here. Whoops, there we go. And down here, so that when I pull on this, it doesn't pull on the wires, it pulls on that plastic pipe. And the wires are pretty good and tight in there. So I'm going to call that complete. I did put some jam nuts on these guys, just because I've had experience where those nuts start to back off and the lights kind of fall off, so I don't want that to happen. But I'm going to call that D for done. Okay, everybody, here we are, and we're done with the lights. So watch what happens. Here we go. Let's get started with those lights. All right, let's see those lights. Yep, there's the brake lights coming on. Can you see them? And there's good. Now let's see the turn signals. There we go. There's the left-hand turn signal. Let's see the right-hand turn signal. Yep, good. There it is. There's the right-hand turn signal. Excellent. I think we got it. And now we're going to do the hazard lights. Let's flash those. There they go. Look at that. Can you see them both? I know it's kind of bright out here, but we're in good shape. It looks like we got them all. Let's try the last one. We'll put the headlights on and make sure those lights come on. Okay, there they are. Headlights are on. Unbelievable. We even put some bling down here so you can see the reflector tape there, and we put it on the side. So, we got it. Thanks everybody for watching, and good luck with your trailer. Bye.